Over the last 8 years, the Obama administration openly supported violent groups in America like Black Lives Matter and the Black Panthers. Obama in the past has praised the BLM's actions as heroic and even went as far as to invite a prominent Black Lives Matter member to the White House in 2016. But that is not the only violent group that Obama has aligned himself with. Back in 2007, Obama marched with the new Black Panthers in Selma, Alabama. Of course, the internet has scrubbed all these images off the web to protect Obama by removing all evidence of his extremist roots. So it is no surprise that during Obama's time as president that he would ensure that extremist groups would receive federal funding. However, all that is about to change after President Trump has canceled funds for a controversial project honoring the legacy of the Black Panther Party. The Obama administration did its best to divide the country by promoting hate groups that despise our country and in the same breath shame Americans. To prove his utter contempt for hard-working Americans, Obama provided funds to detestable organizations to honor their achievements like the Black Panthers. The _Free Beacon _ revealed last month that the Park Service donated around $100,000 to the University of California, Berkeley for a research project to the Black Panthers extremist group to memorialize a history that brought meaning to lives far beyond the San Francisco Bay Area. While awarding the funds for the project, the National Park Service had this to say: "Committed to truthfully honoring the legacy of Black Panther Party, BPP activists and the San Francisco Bay Area communities they served. The project seeks to document the lives of activists and elders and the landscapes that shaped the movement." Shortly after the violent group received this funding, there was a public outcry against the continuation of the financing since a Black Panther member murdered in cold blood a park ranger in 1973. Here is more from the Washington Free Beacon. A captain in the Black Panther Party murdered National Park Service Ranger Kenneth Patrick while he was on patrol near San Francisco in 1973. Patrick was shot 3 times by Vernsel Leon Curtis Bowers, Jr., who is currently serving a life sentence for first-degree murder. Patrick left behind a widow and 3 children. The Fraternal Order of Police, the largest organization of sworn law enforcement officers with over 330,000 members, sent a letter to President Donald Trump last week expressing outrage and shock that the National Park Service would fund a project honoring the legacy of the Black Panther Party. Mr. President, as far as we are concerned the only meaning they brought to any lives was _grief to the families of their victims, wrote Chuck Canterbury, the national president of the Fraternal Order of Police. According to our research, members of this militant anti-American group murdered 16 law enforcement officers over the course of their history. Among their victims was U.S. Park Ranger Kenneth C. Patrick. He was murdered in cold blood by 3 members of the Black Panther Party on August 5, 1973. His killer, who remains behind bars, still considers himself a Black Panther and a political prisoner. It is appalling that the National Park Service, Ranger Patrick's own agency, now proposes to partner with Berkeley and 2 active members of this violent and repugnant organization, Canterbury said. The FBI labels the Black Panther Party as advocates for the use of violence and guerrilla tactics to overthrow the U.S. government. At a time when many in our nation feel strongly that memorials to aspects of the darker times in our history be removed from public lands, why would the NPS seek to commemorate the activities of an extremist separatist group that advocated the use of violence against our country, a country they perceived as their enemy? Canterbury asked. This is a despicable irony and we hope you can bring it to an end by halting the grant immediately. Jeremy Barnum, a spokesman for the National Park Service, confirmed to the Free Beacon that the project would not receive funding from the agency. First of all, there is no reason that this group should have received taxpayer funding in the first place. The FBI has labeled this group as one that advocates the use of violence and guerrilla tactics to overthrow the U.S. government. It is quite possible that this hateful organization will throw a fit after learning that they will not be receiving their funding, But in all reality, who cares? There is no reason that the American people need to finance a memorial to a group of extremists that promotes white genocide and who already has blood on their hands. Thankfully, the funding has ended, but many other organizations need to be cut off from the taxpayer funding, and hopefully, that will happen soon. 100% fed up.